I'm continuing again in Ishgard. In previous episodes we slayed Nidhogg, and from Hraesvelgr we got to see a little bit from his past, but there is certain history, past things what are still unknown. And I'm continuing main quest line. And there seems to be card game, then kind of a normal quest, and then also mainline quest. So I take this Noble Indiscretion. Cypriant has warfare look in his eyes. Now that I think on it, there is woman I know who's rather fond of this blend. Hieruta is her name, and she resides in the Pillars. She is maidservant to some noble house or another, I forget. Anyway, be a shame if she didn't get to try this wine. Why not forgive her a bottle? So this time, this area where I am, it represents the other part of the people. Those kind of people who are hiding power. And I try to find a leader and get some kind of cooperation. Let's look details from this quest on Noble Indiscretions. Discretions. Cypriant recalls that maidservant named Hieruta, who is rather fond of his particular recipe for twice malt wine. Reasoning that it would be a shame for her to miss out, he bids you bring bottle to her in the Pillars as a gift. So okay, let's look. Okay, we need to go Pillars. Okay, I think so. We need probably go stairs up. So now there has been different kind of quest in the Heavensward or Ishgard. And maybe I take this time portal or teleport or Ethernet side. It seems to be winter and snow. Aha, here is Hieruta. Yes, I'm Hieruta, beg your pardon, but do I know you, sir? Twice mulled wine. This wine is good after its first mulling and allowed to sit for 4 nights before mulling second time with a fresh muslin bag of spices for delivery to Hirata. I know this smell. This is wine that girl used to prepare a special recipe. It must be decades since I last tasted this. Oh poor dear, such a shame that she was taken in by that baron. He got a dashing vicar, I'll grant you that, tall, slender, blonde of ear. But those dazzling ruby eyes of his were filled with lust. That was not more than infatuation, what she felt, but she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. But when her belly started to grow cards, that scandal, I mean, it is not an uncommon occurrence, but it was with you made it so much. Well, I didn't tell you. She was discharged from his service, cast out on the streets like so much refuse. After she returned to Broome, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. Okay, let's check what now. Hirata recognizes the blend of herbs and spices to be the same as one used by a young Huron girl decades ago. Reminiscing, she speaks of how the girl fell in love with a nobleman she served, an Ilesen baron with striking red eyes. Alas, the baron took advantage of the girl's affections and cast her out on the streets when she became pregnant with his son. She passed away sometime later after returning to the Broome and giving birth, but Hirata only learned of years after the fact. Leave the maidservant to her memories and return to Forgotten Night. Okay, back. Okay, this foundation. Maybe I use teleports this time. Foundation. Maybe I'll take this to Broome. It is right area. And then, okay. The Forgotten Night, okay. And okay, this was back door. So the amorous nobleman pets his maidservant, then casts her aside when the seed takes fruit. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the woman and children who live it through, though. Next it seems that the next mainline quest is probably a side apart. So it is probably that we go to look for the side who was born. Cyprian's face is a mask, but beneath it you sense something odd and bitter. Even the penitent can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Geraldier, for example. Surely you have heard of him, no? He is a monk who offers succor to the poorest of the poor in the broom. A man of many vows, but none which prohibit spirituous beverages. Aye, if ever there was a man who deserves a drink, it would be him. Okay, let's see where we need to go. Even penitent can appreciate wine, and so Cyprian would have you deliver a bottle to Geraldier, who tends to the poorest of the poor in the broom. Head below and present Cyprian's gift to the monk. And this location, aha, it looks like it is somewhere near. Maybe at this time try. Let's look. This. No, not here. Good. Nice hiding place. Hallowed blessings be upon you, sir. A gift for me. This wine is cooled after its first mulling and allowed to sit for a fortnight before mulling second time with the looks the same, little bit same kind of thing. This scent, how reminiscent of wine once made by a dear old friend. May her soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child, yet somehow she found time to help me tend to those in even worse circumstances. So compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow man. That was that love which gave her child strength to endure the scorn of the other younglings. That little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually she won them over, but those few years were trying even more so when she had to start fending for herself. I remember days she spent standing on the walls, raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out as if searching for her mother's face in the mist. Black hair. I just wonder if this goes back to our previous episode. And the name. I remember one black-haired. She was a remarkable woman, Silverian. After everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful for the future, for her daughter's future. So I think maybe it's now that we need to find who the child is, probably. Bloodlines. Gibraltar has the look of man fating his word with the greatest of care. Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us and divides us in the end. It's the legacy of our parent Silverian, and we can't escape it, no matter how hard we try. So the mongrel and her pups chose to embrace theirs, to proclaim it to all and sundry. If you can understand that, then maybe you can find her on your own. We cannot escape the legacy left to us by our parents. The mongrel and her pups have chosen to embrace. Oh, hi Mark. I'm fine. I'm continuing Final Fantasy XIV. I'm currently playing Heavensward expansion, and in this current quest I am trying to find out or child. There is certain site which I need to locate. And I'm currently doing this kind of Bloodlines quest. So we cannot escape the legacy left to us by your parents. The mongrel and her pups have chosen to embrace that inescapable truth, but how can that information lead you to her? Very not so much information in this one. But okay, I have given some kind of location. So it seems that this location, speak with broom staveling. Probably I need to go out. This location is very near. So maybe I try its item. Maybe let's see if this stairs. Okay, orange area seems to be near. So it seems that someone here knows something. Aha, she was so near. Broom staveling. Still looking for your mongrel. Like I said before, take your pick. Plenty around. If you know where to look, or did you fancy someone specific? Aha. Now I actually need to remember what I was told before. And I remember that there was that person had black hair and I remember that the red eyes belonged to another person. I'm a mongrel with... Okay, this is another way around. I know that it must be black hair. Okay, this first one looks good. Black hair, red eyes. Oh, someone's got unusual tastes. Afraid I can't help you though. Won't rather, it's bloody obvious you ain't of the broom. Did you think I would just tell you cause you ask nicely? And I wonder if we need to go back. Having discerned the purpose of Cyprian's errands, you assume is that the mongrel is none other than the raven-haired, ruby-eyed child born of the Illusion nobleman and the Huron woman. The reaction of the peasant you pressed for information serves to confirm your suspicions. Share your discovery with Alfinor in the Forgotten Night. Aha, so it seems that now finally it is our time to talk with Alfinor. And of course now I understand the talk of parents, because of course when if the woman have black hair and red eyes belong to the men, child have inherited red eyes from men and black hair from woman, so they are inherited. So this was talk about parents. And okay, we need to find and locate okay, here is Alfinod. What Alfinod? Have you made any progress, Silverian? So our mongrel was born of Ilesen nobleman and Huron maidservant. Granted, it's no location, but it's far more information than we had before. Yes, now that her striking features are known to us, mayhap we need only remain vigilant. And I just check this quest name. So if I look just left upper part, there are question marks for mainline quest, but when I talk with Alfinod, it seems that the mainline quest is named as Fire and Blood. And Alfinod is considering how best to proceed with the hunt for the mongrel. There must be a way we can draw the mongrel out in the open. Mayhap we should discuss this with Tataru. Okay, it's time to find Tataru. Speaking of which, where is Tataru? She of confound it. She won't be allowed to make inquiries on her own, didn't she? You must find her quickly, Silverian. I have premonition this is not going to end well. So okay, this time it seems that we need to find and locate Tataru. And in the midst of considering your next course of action, Alfinod suddenly realizes that Tataru is nowhere to be seen. Fearing that she may have run afoul of the revolutionaries, he rushes towards the doors leading to the room, motioning for you to follow. Follow. Okay, outside. So I think this time we probably need to go stairs up and okay, orange area is here. Seems like quite a large area. I probably go down. There is destination here. You cast your gaze over streets below, but see no sign of Tataru. So we need to continue searching. Those are throwing snowballs. Maybe I search this area. Okay, I'm actually outside of the area. And It might be that they are lower parts. Because if I look down, this is also... Ah, okay. It was nearer than I thought. Aha, okay. Something happens. She must be around here somewhere. I take it you have no luck either. Tatar. I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. Way down there isn't that Tatar. Those men are chasing her. Quickly, Silverian, after them. I wonder if this is a support quest.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here? What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on, I've seen them around. They're in and out of House Four Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Seems like there is no option to talk.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
I wonder if this is black-haired Red Eye. She has black hair.
Hilda!
And she has red eye. Hilda. Okay, Hilda is the person we have been looking for.
Lay a finger on the blue blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand.
It looks promising.
Often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
I just wonder what is the purpose. But okay, we found what we were looking for. Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, the Forgotten Knight say. Okay, back to the Forgotten Knight. Haha, Alfinod and Tataru moved right away. So, okay, now we have found the person. And okay, first we go to the broom. And okay, there is a large meeting here. Aha, okay, now comes bigger quest. Duty calls, commence battle for fire and blood. Okay, these athletes required level 459. So I think I'm able. Okay, let's go. What happens?
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
Okay, so this was the why we were looking for her. She might know some or be part of future cooperation.
Hey? What are they on about?
The High Houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike.
Surprise.
And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
So Archbishop is hiding secret.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
If Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
So okay, this is a rescue mission.
What in the hell's...
Okay, something surprising.
The unmistakable scent of heresy. And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats.
Okay, sorry, Bert.
Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do. Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
So, okay, this is probably one of the archbishop.
I reckon Sir would be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
Such simple creatures, rats, certain to attack when cornered. Let us step outside, milady. In here your toys could hurt someone.
Okay, so
Right there!
kind of fights I always need to check health of Alfinor, because sometimes it's also question whether you can defend your friends. It's not just how well you can attack or fight. And I can... Alfinor still has health.
You disgusting!
And I think I take Alfinor and I give a little bit health Alfinor. Aha, looks very bad. Alfinor is taking damage.
Guide my sword! Filthy wrecks!
try to attack those lesser fighters, so I change a little bit tactic. Okay, one lesser down. Aha. Did I succeed? Duty completed. Yes.
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Enough! Lucky bastard.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
I thought the Heavensward might come here as well.
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Grinno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavensward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Then the Heavensward now commands the Temple Knights.
Okay, change of power.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he? Your passion moves me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
Let me guess, you are wondering why I chose the mongrel, right? Because it's what I am. I'm not ashamed of it, not anymore. Besides, even my poor blood pups have more in common with me than the lords and ladies up on high. None of them were bred hells. Some of the mothers were cast out of the spot of fun, same as mine. Story old as time, and we are sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we mean to hold all the blue bloods to account. Some have done right by us. I'll allow like them in the house, Hallinard. But enough talk, your friend's still rotting in the cell. Let's not keep him waiting. The knight's calling. Now that all the players are assembled, Hilda is eager to get on with it. We are working in secret to undermine the Holy See and high houses. That much I'll acknowledge. But this nonsense about us throwing wide the gates for the heretics is just that, nonsense. If not you, then who? You Temple Knights, of course, reckoned it was your beloved Sir Imeric's doing at first, but then I heard how he lost his head. My next best quest would be the Heavensward. That way they would have perfect excuse to go door to door through the broom, slaughter the heretics and their sympathizers in one fell swoop. But the Heavensward scheme didn't account for Lady Iceheart's intervention, and so they have been forced to improvise. Fine bloody mess, ain't it? But the die is scarce, so what's the plan? We must divert the attention of the high houses away from the city, and to do that we need the cooperation of your allies in the service. What makes you think I have friends in high places? You would be fools not to, given your cause. Low-poke knights are ideal recruits. Most war felt the only out of desire for a better life. if offered opportunity to shed the yoke and live for themselves, who among them would not at the least be tempted to take it? Rare is the man eager to die for a cause he doesn't hold dear, but it need not come to that this day. If they and their fellow knights are deployed afield to deal with the new threat, a massive of heretics for example, then they will be unable to join in the defense of the fort. Spread force reports of attack to get them out of harm's way, you mean? The city will not soon forget the heretics' last assault. If the high houses believe another attack is imminent, they have no choice but to act. Can it be done? Can we trick them into leaving Ishgard? Aye. Can we keep them out of Wolong? Not bloody likely. Make sure you are ready before I send word, because you won't get a second chance at this. Then it decided to the fort, the Archbishop must be held to account. And the Lord Commander granted his liberty. Hearken to me, everyone. We have two objectives: rescue Sir Aymeric and apprehend the Archbishop. We will there divide our forces into two parties. Estinian and I will make to breach the underground call and search for Lord Commander. We will not move, however, until the second party has entered the fort. I speak of your party, Warrior Flight, together with Lord Hochefand and Master Alfinord. For this plan to succeed, you will need to fight your way in the highest levels of the fort, even on the Archbishop's private chambers. When the Heavensward realize what you intend, they will fly to their master's side, leaving only token force to guard the call. Temple Knights loyal to our cause have already secured the entrance to the vault. Once you are within, they will signal to us. If all goes to plan, we shall rejoin you with Sir Aymeric and confront the Archbishop together. Is everyone clear as to their duties? Then let us do what must needs be done. Okay, seems to be that strong opponent. Somehow this, in the odd way, remind me of Final Fantasy XIII. Journal. Knight's Calling. Although the forces of high houses should no longer be factor, a contingent of Temple Knights and Heavensward will doubtless remain to guard the Archbishop and to imprison Sir Aymeric. Therefore Lucia intends to divide her forces into two parties, yours to pursue Jordan 7 and draw the attention of Heavensward, and hers to rescue Sir Aymeric during ensuing chaos. The knights, still loyal to the Lord Commander, have secured the entrance to the vault. Speak with the squire outside to confirm that the others are in position. So where we need to go? Aha! We will need to go to the very high location. Maybe I use Eternal Shard. Toward the highest location. The others are in position, Master Silverin. I will send word once you and your party have entered. Aha, so it's in duty find. Enter the vault with. I rather use real players. He seems to have two Lalafels here. Hi, Dragon Lord. I am going to meet Archbishop. Kind of fight, and I have 2 small Lalafels to heal. And this time it seems that I really need to heal. Sometimes you have enough time to fight, but this time I feel that I need to heal a lot. Last week I uploaded video about November pickups, and I actually found a lot of Xbox 360. And it seems that our Lalafell needs a lot of healing.
I'll cut you to pieces!
Again, some kind of a sub-boss fight.
I will not yield to you! I have the power!
Okay, spiral attack. Complex spiral attack. So that seemed to be second boss. Okay, now there is some kind of two large ones. Aha, flying. Lavelle is running fast. Are we in the meeting Archbishop? Okay, there is someone before Archbishop. Aha.
Filthy rats! Be done with you!
Aha. Different.
Sickness must be purged! And now the final cut! mercy. You disgust me.
Aha, okay.
Sickness must be purged. Be done with you. Sickness must be purged. Sickness must be purged. Be done with you.
Did we? Okay, level up. A nice move with Lalafels. Aha, action learned. Trait acquired. Okay, we learned something new. I just check if there is anything for healer. Okay, not for healer, not for healer. And I guess nothing else. I think this was kind of... I remember that usually there is one Lalafell, but in this part is half of the 4 Lalafells.
Fall back!
Oho. What does that? Aha, there is Archbishop. And he goes to the ship.
Father, please!
For a mercy, we were not too late.
What will happen?
Why must you do this, Father? Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew!
And tear down the very pillars of our society? Our history, our values, everything we have built over 1,000 years? A fool to the last.
Go. Asisla awaits.
Lord Orchefort!
Okay, Archbishop is leaving Ishgard. And someone else also.
It's no good. The wound is too deep. It refuses to mend.
You are unharmed? Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of...
It seems that we are in debt.
Oh, do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
I know not what to say, then others, they are catered at Fortas Manor. The others are, please enter, master.
Don't. Please.
Okay, he lost his son.
A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son, and for the nation he loved. Go!
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
My son.
I actually was surprised that the Switch has also light version of Skyrim. Its name is Blades. Is it the Elder Scrolls Blades? It's kind of light version of Skyrim. And then I actually found very cozy game. And it is some kind of farming and little bit slow-paced game. I couldn't stand in silence. Yes, it really seems to be some kind of lighter version of Skyrim. And it seems to be good when you kind of want to zero your brain. Alfinor, when all others had forsaken us, Lord Horsefang took us in, our beacon of hope in a world of darkness. He did his utmost to raise our spirits so that we might face our troubles with courage, with conviction, so that we might face them as knights. And maybe I'll check what will come. The Sins of Antiquity. Oh, okay. Okay, that's nice. I will add later. Oh, of course. I think that would be very nice. Antiquity. Alfinor is lost in thought. I must press on with our mission, Tataru. Pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Night. Ah, so they are going again to the same location. Let us go and speak with Sir Aymeric Silverion. I worry about his well-being. And there is of course a lot of different things to learn with the new Switch. And I have a little bit browse and look at games for Switch. Catherine himself, Alfinor, success, you visit the congregations of our knights most heavenly and see if Sir Aymeric is recovered from his injuries. Accompany him to Foundation and inform the Temple Knight on duty of your desire to speak with the Lord Commander. Okay. And sometimes I know that sometimes, especially it seems that digital versions there are on Nintendo eShop there seems to be sometimes cheaper version of games which are under 10 euro. They seems to have some kind of discounts and on sale. Okay, this seems to be near foundation. Catherine himself Alfinard success due to visit congregation of Augna's most heavenly and see if Sir Aymeric is recovered from his... okay, I got this one. And so we need to go foundation. And maybe I just teleport or use these 800 shards. Okay, this is... let's see... I think... I check... okay, let's use this teleport location. And there seems to be those different kind of gold points if you buy something from Nintendo eShop, and it also seems that some games have papers that you can acquire also those points. Just a moment, did I need to go down? Okay, we need to go stairs down. It is always funny when you found new city. You need to learn to navigate in the new city, and sometimes even if you have many times wandered there, you still sometimes are a little bit lost. Okay, it was probably this, congregation of our knights most heavenly. An audience with the Lord Commander, yes, of course.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal.
Okay, an echo. Is it past or is it future?
The founding. The scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man.
Aha, probably the past. And there is Aymeric talking with Bishop.
Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
Ah, this is the moment when he goes to talk with the Archbishop and probably becomes as a prisoner.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right it.
Archbishop was hiding secret.
The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoska, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
Okay, so there is a little bit of dark past.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained.
Okay, his eyes, so there are 2 eyes missing.
Their one mistake was to show mercy. For from his brother Hreisvelger did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Oh, so it might be that there are actually 4 eyes. Nidhogg and previous dragon.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Okay, it was Haldreth. Seemed to own one of those eyes.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us.
Okay, so this was how Azure Dragon born.
I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
Oh, heavy burden.
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thorin's betrayal of Ratatoska was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin.
So he admits it.
Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country.
For the wrong reasons.
And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
The same too. So okay, this was vision from the past.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
Okay, this is good question. What kind of change?
I've given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heavensward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Horsefon was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
So there is something else.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture. Holy powers and all.
There is this eye in the center. I think dragon eye perhaps. Spectacle called to mind. Thordan and his knights will as they are. So there are King, Holy Knights and Dragon Eye.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. Seven hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heavensward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable.
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La.
What is La?
Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heavensward and stop my father before it is too late.
Okay, Heavensward starts to sound like some kind of ultimate weapon. Master, Armeric Lord, Commander of Temple, Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of Science of Seventh Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever is that Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lines he perpetuated no more. But okay, now we are given choice to say something. Life or death, I will have, says Severin Hart. Okay, it seems like we need to give some kind of oath. I think of course sometimes this could be also, maybe I go first. Because sometimes I feel that there are secrets. I thank you, Silverian. I have heard many men make such pledges, but you speak in earnest. Much has changed since our order founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and Heavensward are guilty of the crime of summoning, the Silverian I will stop them. Would that Kai could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been Archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force for stability to counterbalance the high house's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origin would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road here is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet work we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, the Nidhogg's death didn't mark the cessation of Dravanian hostilities. Far from it. We have great need for each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Aymeric. To dying my breath I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Seons in the search for the Archbishop. Silverian Master Alfinor, pray attend me outside. Very well, with me, Silverian, I believe we have much to discuss. Achievement. You say you want the revolution. And I think this is good stopping point. So again, there was kind of many secret revealed. We saw what happened to Aymeric. And then there was also tragic loss. But I want to thank you all for watching and stopping by.